I got some else as a trail.
Now, we got really lucky, guys. I got some film students here to record the event.
So we made a game called Shattered. It's a 2D shoot-'em-up side-scroller. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world. We have a cyborg main character with a gun arm. The basic story behind our game is Simon was drinking at a bar, and like he always does, he throws his beer into space when he's done with it. And this time he hit a robot who he pissed off, and the robot came to Earth and started blowing it up. It's a little dark down here. Go ahead. This is our start screen. If you click play, play.
Better gameplay, because now you can develop special skills like shooting really fast, which is hard to do with just one finger to push on the left button.
That's our character Simon. He starts off in the sidebar. Those blocks were in Unity. We textured them ourselves. So the mounds we made on our own. The buildings, all this stuff, other than the barrel, is also in Unity. The platforms are also in Unity, but we retextured them.
Oh, you missed one.
Definitely just bounced off his head.
Project Grudge is a 2D side-scrolling shoot-'em-up in which the player assumes the role of a UFO taking over planet Earth. We had 4 main goals when creating this project. We wanted to create a unique, simple art style, create a gameplay system we dubbed multi-channel gameplay, use synesthetic audio systems, and finally, create simple and intuitive gameplay. So, we looked at Tron and liked the bright contour lines and matched it with street art to create an interesting style that I don't even know how to describe, but I'm going to let it just speak for itself. And about halfway through the project, we realized that the minimalistic direction wasn't going so well. So we went to Cosmo and said, Cosmo, let's blow this out of the water. The second part is what we call multi-channel gameplay. We derive that name from the RGB channels in digital images. Basically, the concept is that all of our objectives in game are highlighted by a specific color, and you highlight those objectives whenever you want. So you have a sonar type ability that will make visible certain objectives. And what this does, it creates 3 simple gameplay goals. And you have to manage all 3 objectives at the same time. Now these 3 objectives start out with the first one we call Sky Scan. It highlights the fighters in the air in a yellow color, and the player has to deal with them by shooting them down using their cannon. The second one highlights buildings to be captured by a capture beam on the UFO. And finally, the third one highlights evacuees running out of the buildings that you need to shoot down and kill. Technically 7 levels. Our initial was 9, and the only reason we cut that back wasn't because we couldn't do it, it was that we felt the first stage was too long. And so we just said, let's cut it down to 1 level, make that single level a little longer, and then let's just leave the other ones the same way. Yeah, so when we boot up each level, screens pop up to teach the player that specific stage's goals. This first one is the basics of the game, and then shooting out fighters. And audio is quiet. There you go. This idea that I want him to make the music, and we just fit it to the game. And so he started doing mixes for us and loops, and just trying to get an idea of this like techno dubstep feel to the.
This is probably a question. What engine are you using?